Hello everyone, welcome to the course on solid state. So in previous video we have discussed how to solve the problems based on density of the unit cell. There we have calculated the density of the unit cell by using the given data in the problems. Now in today's lecture we move to the next important concept in the solid state, that is crystal defects. As you all know, in solids, the particles are regularly arranged in three-dimensional space. That can be represented as the particles closely arranged in three-dimensional space. Okay. So it is a perfect or an ideal crystal where the particles are regularly arranged throughout the crystal in three-dimensional space. Now if I consider the crystal in which somewhere the particles are deviated from their arrangement, okay, then such kind of arrangement in the solids is said to be the defect. Okay, defects means any deviation in the arrangement of particles. So when you observe any irregularity or deviation in the arrangement of particles, then that defect is said to be crystal defect. So crystal defect, it simply means any irregularities or deviations in the regular ordered arrangement of particles in a crystal is said to be crystal defect. So here, if you consider this crystal, you can observe the regular arrangement of particles, and such type of crystal is said to be an ideal crystal. Ideal crystal, okay, means it shows the exact properties of an crystal, and hence it is said to be an ideal crystal. But in nature we will get the crystals which does not show these kind of arrangements. This kind of arrangement will be observed in the solids only at the absolute temperature. So what does the value of the absolute temperature? It is minus 273.15 degrees Celsius or 0 Kelvin. At 0 Kelvin or at minus 273.15 degrees Celsius, the crystal obtained will be ideal. That means the arrangement of particles is exactly in regular manner or regularly ordered arrangement will be observed in that crystal at absolute temperature. But in normal conditions in nature we won't get an ideal crystal. We get the crystals which shows the deviation or irregularities in the arrangement of particles, and so we will get the non-ideal crystals in nature, and there we will see the deviations in the arrangement of particles, and that deviation or irregularity in the particles arrangement is said to be crystal defects. So now there are two types of defects. One is point defect and another one is line defect. Point defects and line defects. So what does this point defects and line defects means? It mainly classified on the basis of the type of irregularity or deviation observed in the crystal. On the basis of that, these are classified into two types, point and line defects. So what does this point defects means? Consider a crystal where the particles are regularly arranged. So for better understanding, I have arrange the particles away from each other. Okay, but in solids, in actual solids, the particles are closely arranged. But just to explain these defects, I have arranged the particles in this manner. So regularly the particles are arranged. Now if at any one point a crystal is missing, okay, then it is said to show the defect. That crystal consists of defect. So as you can observe here, the particles are regularly arranged, and at this point it is vacant. There is no particle in this position, and hence the defect will be observed, or deviation, or you can say irregularity will be observed in this crystal, and hence this kind of defect which found around a point in an crystal is said to be point defect. So at a particular point or a particular point in the crystal, you will see the deviation or defect. Such kind of defects are said to be point defects. Then the second one is line defects. So again consider the arrangement of particles in a solid. So this one is one line, okay, or a row, and again this is the another row. In the third row, I will represent the arrangement of particles in this manner. So as you observe here, the defect is not only found around a point, but here you can see the defect is present throughout this row. Throughout this entire row you will find the defect, okay, or this particular line will be filled from defects. Here you can observe every particle is arranged in regular manner, but at a particular point there will be a defect, and hence it is said to be point defect. But in this case, throughout the entire row the defect is present because the irregularities or deviations are found throughout this entire row or throughout this entire line, and such kind of defect is said to be line defect. So these are the two types of defects in crystals defect. So crystal defect means any deviation or irregularities found in the ordered arrangement of particles in the crystal is crystal defect. And there are two types of crystal defects. One is point defect and another one is line defects. So point defects means the defect or the deviation or irregularities found around a point in the crystal is said to be point defect. Then second one is line defect. Line defect means any deviation or irregularity found in the entire row of the crystal lattice is said to be line defect. So remember, these are the two important defects of crystal defect. As you studied now, there are two defects. One is point defect and another one is line defect. So now the point defect is further classified into three types. Point defects are further classified into three types. Those are stoichiometric defects, and non-stoichiometric defects, and the third one is impurity defects. So these are the three different types of point defects: stoichiometric defects, non-stoichiometric defects and impurity defects. Then we will study these types of defects one by one. So first we will see what does this stoichiometric defects means. Stoichiometric defects means any crystal, when the defect or irregularity is observed in that crystal, that defect will not alter its proportions of the compounds or the elements which are present in that crystal. So if I say the NaCl crystal, sodium chloride crystal, its ratio of combination of elements with respect to Na and Cl is 1:1. But now when defect is arised in this NaCl, this ratio will remain same. It does not alter to its constant proportion. As you have already known the law of constant proportions, where a particular compound consists of the elements in constant proportions or in definite proportions, and that constant proportions in which the elements are combined to form compound will not altered by that defect. Such kind of defects are said to be stoichiometric defects, okay, which does not alter the constant proportions of the elements which are present in that compound even in the presence of defect. Then second one is non-stoichiometric defect. Non-stoichiometric defect means it is the reverse of stoichiometric defect. That means when the defect will arises in that crystal, it will alters the proportions in which the elements combine to form the compound. For example, if I say FeO, iron oxide or ferrous oxide, its actual combination is 1:1. One Fe will be present, and along with one Fe, one oxygen will combine to form FeO, and its proportion is 1:1. But when the defect is observed in the FeO, then the composition or the proportions in which these elements combined will not remain same. It will be of different proportions. For example, Fe 0.950. Instead of 1, its proportions in which they combine becomes 0.1:1, or it may also 0.970. Therefore, the proportions in which the elements combine to form the compound will get altered due to the arise of defects in that crystal, and such type of defects are said to be non-stoichiometric defects. So non-stoichiometric defects means the defects which changes the ratio of proportions of the elements which are combined to form compound due to arisal of defect is said to be non-stoichiometric defect. Then the third one is impurity defects. Impurity defects, in the name only, it suggests that the defect is arised due to the presence of impurities in that compound or in that crystal. So whenever certain impurities are added to that particular compound, then the defect arises in such kind of crystals, and such type of defect is said to be impurity defects. So these are the three types of point defects. Now we will focus on one of the type of point defect, that is stoichiometric defect. What does this stoichiometric defects mean? As I have already told you, stoichiometric defects mean the defect which arises without change in the proportions in which elements are combined to form the compound is said to be stoichiometric defect. Or also, in simple words, it can be said that the defect which does not alter the stoichiometry of the compound is said to be stoichiometric defect. It does not alter stoichiometry of the compound. Okay. Now, these stoichiometric defects are further classified into two types. One is vacancy defect and another one is interstitial defect. Vacancy defect and interstitial defect. So what does these type of defects means? Vacancy defect. Again, consider the arrangement of particles in the solids. So this is an ideal crystal. In this ideal crystal, if I remove this particle, then the vacancy is created. Vacancy means empty space. Okay, there will be absence of particle at a particular position. So when there is a missing of the particle at a crystal lattice, then it is said to be vacancy defect. So here, when a particle is missed at this lattice point, it will generate the vacancy. Vacancy, as I have told you, it is nothing but empty space. So that vacancy created due to absence of the particle at the lattice point, and such type of defect is said to be vacancy defect. The defect which is arised due to the vacancy or vacant site, you can call it as vacant site. Vacant site means the empty site which is arised in the crystal lattice is said to be vacancy defect. And another one is interstitial defect. So interstitial defect means, again consider the arrangement of particles in this manner. So it is an ideal crystal. Now this space, empty space which is present between these particles is said to be interstitial space or interstitial site. Interstitial site. The empty space or voids which are present between the particles in the crystal lattice is said to be interstitial site. When one of the particle will occupy this space or this interstitial site in the crystal lattice, then it will arises the defect again, because see, defect means you should observe the irregularity or deviation in that crystal lattice. Okay, so here initially the particles are regularly arranged, but due to the presence of this one extra particle, the arrangement gets alters and it would affect the ordered arrangement of particles, and hence it leads to the defect, and such type of defect is said to be interstitial defect. So interstitial defect means the particles will occupy the interstitial site in the crystal lattice. Such type of defect is said to be interstitial defect. So these are the two different types of the stoichiometric defects. Okay. So another thing that you have to remember here is, when an vacancy defect is arised in the crystal lattice, its density in vacancy defect, the density gets decreases. Density of the crystal gets decreases. As you can observe here, this is a crystal. Now density, how you define the density? Density is nothing but mass by volume. In this given volume, due to this presence of vacant site or due to the missing of a particle in this site, the mass of this crystal gets decreases. But what would be its volume? The volume will remain same, and hence the density gets decreases. The volume will remain same, but the vacant site is created. Due to that vacant site, the mass of the crystal will get decreases. And when you take the ratio of mass by volume, the density of the crystal gets decreases. It is in case of vacancy defect, the density decreases. Now in case of interstitial defect, what happens here? Simply observe here. This is the crystal of certain volume. Now in this crystal, initially there will be presence of 12 particles initially. Before the presence of this extra particle, the number of particles will be 12. But when this extra particle accumulate in the interstitial site, the mass of this crystal gets increases and volume will remains same. Initially, whatever the volume is there, that volume only will be present even after the addition of that extra particle, and hence the mass of the crystal gets increases but volume will remains same, and due to the increase in mass, the density of the crystal gets increases. So in interstitial defect, the density increases, density will get increases. So these are the two different types of stoichiometric defects.